I guess it's good noon, because it's almost exactly noon. It's December the 28th, and I'm going to walk downtown today. And you'll notice my description says after an ice storm. We had a lot of freezing rain last night. However, things aren't as slippery as I was afraid they were going to be, because it was mixed with ice pellets and kind of made a granular ice coating on everything as opposed to a smooth, slippery ice coating. Although I will still be careful as I walk, because I don't know for sure where that might be different. We had several millimeters. So winter continues, oddly enough, since it's only just begun. I have been doing work, even though we're between the holidays here. I finished editing my copy edit of Dolly Bird, which my Shadow Paw Press reprise will be bringing out. Dolly Bird is a historical novel that had a lot of critical acclaim when it first came out from Kato Books. Kato went bankrupt, and the author has come to me, and I'm bringing out a brand new edition. It's probably beginning of February, I'm guessing. Looks that way. I've done my copy edit, now she has to go over that, and then there'll be a page-proof step and the final design. I have the cover art because I'm able to reuse the cover art from Kato, so we're away. It'll be not my next one. I think my next one will probably be Backwater Mystic Blues, which is the second collection of essays by Lloyd Radstaff, whose collection, The Crow Who Tampered with Time, is the most recent thing I've brought out. But I'm heading down to the Hotel Saskatchewan to do some writing away from the house, because of course people are there and I find it easier to concentrate elsewhere. Probably going to get started, I hope, at least the introduction to my nonfiction book that will feature thoughts on writing drawn from some of the people I've interviewed with the World Shapers podcast. Oh, and I'm behind on that, actually. Completely forgot about that. There should have been one on Sunday, but of course it was Christmas. I was going to put it out this week, so I do that tomorrow then. That'll be with Chadwick Genther, who's an author I've known for a long time. There's people here working again now that it's warmed up. I don't know what their cutoff point is, but clearly when it was minus 30, that was below their comfort zone. Yeah, I thought it was going to be really nasty. It's a sanding truck going. Will they be spreading sand at this intersection, or have they already done it? I thought it was going to be really slippery last night, and I had to drive my daughter kind of out to the edge of town for a party, and I was really worried about it, but got okay. And even though it rained more after I took her out there, when I picked her up, the streets still were surprisingly non-slippery. I still thought there were some people, they're taking that for granted though. They went zipping by. I thought, I wouldn't do that, because you just never know. It's kind of, I wasn't, like if you see it like this, you can figure there's some traction there because of the snow, but if you see bare pavement and it's been raining, and it's below freezing, one wonders if that's wise to treat that as if it's not slippery. And I did slip a little bit going around a corner, but nothing significant, no more than normal road conditions. And these are normal road conditions for Regina in the winter, in case you're wondering. They've been cleared somewhat, but they still have snow on them almost all the time, unless we get a really warm stretch, and then they'll start to melt off. There's some bare sidewalk here, but it's been scraped since the storm last night, so it seems to be okay. As we come up to College in Albert here, there was an accident here last night when I came back from taking my daughter out to the southeast corner. There was Like we'd gone through here, it'd been fine. When I came back down at the next major intersection, there was a police car next to me. And as we got down to this intersection, he sped ahead and turned on his lights. And when I got here, I discovered there had just been a coming together at this corner. Someone turning left off of College here had been hit by somebody coming north on Albert. I don't know who was responsible for that. Probably, unless the one coming north on Albert ran the light, the one turning left off of College might have been the one responsible. Well, this is a little slipperier here. I've walked on worse, though. Still nothing too scary, at least. Let's go by the old Saskatchewan Government Telephones building, now part of the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, full of labs and fossils, scientists and stuff. Yeah, this is fairly slippery here. Very slippery under the snow, so I do need to watch out. When I walk back, I have to go down 13th and stop by the liquor store, because, you know, it's the holiday season. And also the grocery store, because, you know, it's the holiday season. And so I'll stop and walk there, so the walk back might be a little shorter than usual, too. Per can, 137.9 a liter. Regular. It was a lot higher than that, so that's something at least. At its worst, it was a lot higher than that. That's still high by, you know, standards I grew up with. I can still remember everybody being up worried when it got to $1 a gallon. Now it's what would that work out to? $6 a gallon? Close? Yeah, 6 at least. The guy seems to be coming a little fast, so I won't try to cross in front of him. Once he's by, it's a one-way street, so you can always see if it's safe to cross or not. The other thing you worry about, of course, with a ice storm is power outages, and sure enough, our power went out for about 2.5 hours. It went out for a minute, came back on, and then went out and stayed off. And it was a huge swath of Regina, like all of downtown, way up into the northwest, was out for about 2.5 hours, and I suspect that was a line went down, a major line somewhere they had to fix. But they got it up in, 2.5 hours, which I thought it might be all night, considering the weather conditions. But kudos to SAS Power. They took care of it promptly. Yeah, we'll go this way. It's quite warm today. I don't know what it is at the moment. It was -12 when I checked it about 8 o'clock. Probably a bit warmer than that now. Weather doesn't look too bad. No more of that really bitter cold that we were having. For a while anyway. Downright balmy by our standards. Not above freezing, but in single digits below freezing for highs instead of double digits. Very roughly cleared here. They ran a machine along it of some sort. I had to shovel this morning too, and it was harder work than usual because of the ice layer. I hope maybe the sound's a little better. I do have the mic pointed a bit more directly at my mouth, because when I'm carrying my computer bag, I can put it on the computer bag strap in the center of my chest, but most of the time I kind of put it on the pocket. It's at a bit of an angle, and somebody has commented they have trouble hearing me sometimes. Maybe that fixed it, I don't know. So far nobody has said they're watching me, so I don't know that anybody's watching live. I think they're all 000 on my little counter there, so if you're seeing this, you're probably watching the replay. Up across here if it's clear, which it is. I'll just go straight up this way today. Oof. Again, you can see this is actually ice, but it's kind of pebbled because of the ice pellets that were mixed in with it. Cars were quite cased in ice. That's what he's doing. Or she, can't tell. Oh, this sidewalk is not cleared at all. So I'll go over to the other side. Chipping off the ice. This is a seniors residence, I think. This apartment building. Retirement residence. Just has that look. I suppose it could be just regular apartments, but I don't think it is. That's the North Canadian Oils building. Did they had? Oh, I smell food. I haven't eaten anything yet this morning. No wonder I'm feeling hungry. I've shoveled and now I'm walking. And I don't have any food to draw on. There's number one highway over there. I mean, highway. Fire hall. Number one highway was not something you probably wanted to be on last night, but I don't think they closed it. It's just extreme caution while driving. I'll go this way because I don't walk this way very often. That's used to be the YMCA, and it's being turned into a health center of some sort. Just office buildings over here. I don't know why it's called Franciscan Place. Don't know if it refers to St. Francis or to somebody named Francis. He was not a saint. Across here, get a look at the front of what used to be my workout place before the pandemic. The pandemic killed my daily workouts, but got me started doing daily walks instead, so trade-off. I should do some lifting, and I do have some dumbbells. I could do something, but I keep not doing it. Oh well, that's a good, here's all their signs. Collaborative Healthcare, the Nest Health Center, nesthealth.ca. That's what's going in there. The doctor's office is over there too. City Hall in front of us. To the left, Balfour and Frontenac apartment buildings are not nearly as interesting from the back as they are from the front. Sign again, the Nest Health Center coming soon. So it'll be interesting to see what that all turns out to be. There is a swimming pool in there, like 2 swimming pools in fact. You know, and a sauna and all that kind of stuff, because it was a Y. There's a daycare, which I presume would continue to use their space. But I guess I don't know for sure. So that's the back of the Frontenac there apartment building. It's the courthouse over here, the back of the courthouse. I'm walking right down the middle of the street, but there's nobody coming, so it's okay. Move up here toward Victoria Avenue. Still no numbers showing anybody's watching this, so I don't know if it quit streaming and it's not actually going anywhere. I don't know, but I'm still walking and it's still recording, so you're probably watching the recording. Again, that's City Hall. This is Victoria Avenue coming up here. That rather grim-looking building up behind the trees to our right there is Revenue Canada, the tax people. Psst. Oh no, I love our tax people. If anybody who's working for Revenue Canada is watching this, I adore you. Please don't audit me. That's Knox Metropolitan United Church. Victoria Park coming up to our right, and you can see the towers of downtown. Well, we are downtown, but the three sort of most central towers. This again is the Balfour, with its lovely kind of Mexican-looking, Spanish, I should say. Although the Frontenac looks even more Spanish next to it. First Baptist Church lost its dome in the tornado in 1912, which came right down this street. In fact, that's what's on this, is pictures of the damage from the tornado. Well, that's the First Baptist Church when it was built, but this shows you the damage after the tornado hit in 1912. And it's just some of probably what was on this corner before the church. There's the Balfour a few years ago. So there's a lot of these kind of historical pictures on some of the power boxes down here. There's artwork on others around the city. There you go, First Baptist Church with its pillars. Pillars of the community, one might say. In fact, I just did. Victoria Park with the World War I cenotaph over there. Also now just the War Memorial, but when it was built, it was to commemorate the huge toll taken by the First World War. This is now the, well, among other things, the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame is in here. But originally it was the Land Titles Building, which is what it still says up there. When you were homesteading, this would have been a very important building. I guess it's the Administration Center for Sport, Culture and Recreation. And here comes the Hotel Saskatchewan. Hey, Marriott. Oh, here goes the bells on the church. I don't know why they're ringing at 20 after 12, but there you go. Bit of ice along here still, even though it's been cleared. In some ways, clearing it exposes more of this slippery stuff. Don't know why the bells are ringing at 20 after 12. Pealing, actually. They're not just ringing, they're appealing. Okay, this is where we'll stop for now, and I'll be back later on for part 2. Bye.